I could turn back time, if I could find a way.
Hi everyone, this is Lynn and you're watching another episode of Crazy for Crafting. Today's tutorial is a project called a mini post-it note holder, and it'll hold 2 little post-it notes at the top and 3 clips with a little flower design just to make it interesting. So if you're ready, we'll get started. Okay, we're going to start with a 5 1/4 by 10 1/4 piece of cardstock. This one is the new Wisteria Wonder in color. And on the long side, you're going to score it 1, 1 1/2, then 3 3/4, then 4 3/4, then 7, and then 8. Okay, then on the short side, you're going to score it 1/2, 1, 4 1/4, and 4 3/4. Okay, and then you just want to start making your creases real nice with your bone folder. Okay. And just keep going. Okay, now you've got this 1-inch side on one side, and this, what is this one? This is 2 1/4-inch side over here. This is where we're going to cut the lid. So we're going to start on this side, and you're going to cut straight down to the second score line and cut that off. Same on this side, cut straight down. And I like to angle that just a little bit. It just makes it tuck easier. So this is going to be where your lid is. Looks like I need to take just a hair more off this side. Okay. And then for the center, you're going to cut this square out, just like that, and we're going to remove this and then turn it around. And do the same thing on this side. And you can use your trimmer to do this too, or you can just do it with your scissors. Okay, now when you get down to this part here, you're going to cut where that 1/4 inch is, but you're going to cut this off and that, so it looks like a step. And what that gives you is these 2 little flaps here, like this, because this is going to be on the inside. Okay, now to get your lid at a point, you're going to find the center. And just mark it. And then on either side, mark it about 1 inch. Okay, now we are going to use the trimmer for this, and you're going to stick it in with that mark there and the mark you made down at the center. Okay, and that mark and the mark you made And now you have your lid ready. Okay, now before you put any of this together, and you might want to go around and just make these just a little more like that, and that way it'll just fold up and close better. So now on the outside, we're going to take the new Flirtatious Designer Series paper, and I like this one part. This one piece has got all these pretty doilies on one side, and then it's got all this beautiful Wisteria Wonder doilies on this side, and so I'm going to use this. Okay, and we're just going to take some snail and line these up. Now, the Designer Series paper, you just make 1/4 inch smaller than the whole box. And so with the point here, you're going to start with a 3 by 2 1/4 inch piece, and then you'll cut this down after you've cut the point on there. And then these center pieces right here are going to be 2 3/4 by 2 inches a piece. And so we're going to stick these down. Now on this last flap, you'll have these two pieces, which are 3/4 inch by 2 2/3 inch, okay? And they're the same, but we're going to take this one, because this is now actually going to turn in and be on the inside, so we're going to put this one down here. Like that. Okay. Then out of the solid cardstock, you're going to cut a piece that's 3 1/4 by 2, and you're going to score it on the 1 inch line and then the 1 1/2 inch line. And so it'll look like that. And you're going to take this last piece with some snail, and you're going to stick it on the 1 inch piece like this. Okay, now this piece is going to go right here, and this piece is going to bend up, so that's where you get both little boxes. So if you want to take some snail, I'm sorry, sticky tape strip. Okay, and you need something really strong for this part, and put it okay. Then you want a little something on this, but that's going to be on the inside, so you can just use a little snail on that. Okay, we're going to take this off. All right. Sometimes this will come off easy, sometimes it doesn't. And you're going to bring these little flaps in, bring your side up, and attach these little tabs to the inside. Then you're going to lay these down. And take your bone folder and stick inside to hold those down like that. Okay. Also, you need a piece of sticky strip to go across the length of this to hold it in place. When you're making a box that's going to hold something, you really want to use sticky strip. It's very heavy duty. The snail is good for other things, but it's not good for holding a box together. Okay, then what I do is I usually just line up like this. Once I've got it lined up, I press it in, and then I'll take these pieces of sticky strip off and do the same thing. Line that up and line that up. Turn it over. Get your bone folder in there. Okay, now one mistake I made, and you don't want to do this, is I forgot to put my sticky strip all the way up. You only want it in the bottom piece, so it'd probably be smarter just to put it on this. I wasn't thinking. Anyway, there you have it. It folds up like this and shuts like this. And then we're just going to put a little hook and loop thing on there. So now for the inside, we're going to take, here's the little mini post-its that we're going to use, okay? And we're just going to put a little snail on the back of these. And this piece is for the booklet, and it's 2 inches by 3.5. And you're just going to go like that and just attach it to the back. And there's number 1. And then again, cut another piece. Put some snail on there. And then you have number 2. How cute is that? Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to make the flower clips. Okay, you need a 3 3/4 inch circle. You need a 1 inch circle, and then you need a flower punch that isn't too big. Okay, this one maybe goes 1 3/8, but nothing bigger than that. And then you're going to need a little rhinestone. So here's the rhinestone also. Okay. Now we're going to take some, for this I use hot glue. It just seems to hold better. We're going to put some hot glue right in the center like that. And make sure that the double clip is down at the bottom. The single clip is the part that you're going to put inside the hot glue. Then you're going to take and you're going to put more hot glue on top of that paper clip, and you're going to stick this little 3/4 inch circle and press down. Okay, now that's what's going to keep that together. Okay, just that simple. Then I'm going to take just a dot of hot glue, although now you can use your snail, and put this on like that. And then you can use hot glue or snail for the next one, and just put the leaves, you know, the petals going in between the other petals like that. Okay, and then get yourself a little rhinestone and stick that rhinestone right in the center, whoops, like that. Okay, so now, see, they're all like that. So now you've got 3 of them, okay? And you can put all 3 of them down in that bottom section, like that. And it's very simple. You can take and use them. Isn't that cute? Makes just like the cutest little clip. And you have your notes, and then you can just fold it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these. I don't know if you've seen these. These are the Velcros, but they're like almost like clear, and they're ultra thin. Okay, so we're going to put this here, and then pull this other piece off, and shut this, and bring it down. Okay. Then you can open it up again, and I don't know, can you see, can you see that? Anyway, I press down real good on it, and press down on this. But even up close, you can you barely see that. Okay. And voila, you've got this cute little mini post-it note gift set that you can give to just about anyone. Just something to say thank you. I'd seen one similar to this, and of course it was by one of the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, because they always come up with the best ideas. And I just thought I would redo this, and I'm not sure this is exactly how she did it, but this was my how I do it. And I wanted to use the new in colors for the new 2011-2012 catalog. So you can put anything you would like on the outside, decorate it up any way you wish, or leave it just like this. So I hope you enjoyed this little project. I also have a PDF of the template if you don't want to measure and cut and find the center and do all that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
If I could turn